Alright, so I just started recording here. Kind of just making this video series to help people that aren't very good at Sit N Gos. And thought I'd just play through and kind of talk about it as I go. Maybe this will help people out, and it'll help me get better too, so that's always good. I'm playing the $3 plus 30-cent buy-in 9-table triple up on Bovada, and I really like these because even if you get like third or second, you still triple up. That's why they call it a triple up. And I'll kind of just be talking about the game as I go, and a lot of people that play these are really bad, which is great. I mean, it's obviously low stakes. I do have some strategy here that I'd like to discuss too as I go. Usually with these, I've been doing pretty well on. I'm a little bit underrolled. Usually you want to be playing with about 50 buy-ins. Okay, so if you're playing $3 Sit N Gos and you want 150, I made a really small deposit on here because I haven't played poker in a long time, and I kind of just wanted to play it safe a bit. I don't even know if Bovada is like really good about their withdrawing. Real quick here, we got Ace Queen, third to act. I'll just go 60, 3 times the big blind, and try to get some people out of this pot. People drawing, you know. Okay, so I didn't hit anything. This is early in the tournament, so I don't want to be making like crazy moves. I want to be pretty safe. I'm just going to check this since I missed. And I'm going to fold if he bets at me. Okay, so now I might be able to take a stab at it, but I mean, this is risky. I'll just keep checking it down. I mean, it's too early in the tournament to be doing crazy stuff. And it's not really a big pot, so he bets half the pot. I'm just going to fold. I mean, I missed on the flop, obviously. I would have been a lot more aggressive there. I was early to act, you know, and that's kind of not where I wanted to be with Ace Queen. I would have rather have been where he was, later position. Ace 8, early position. I really usually play these like super nitty early. And I think I'm going to keep doing that. I don't even want to deal with it. I'm just going to wait. And I usually start making moves around like the middle of the sit and go. Unless I get something like ace ace, ace king, queen queen, you know, stuff like that. Like premium hands, I'll be playing like, you know, I'll try to get it all in, obviously, like pre-flop. But usually these are a lot more interesting like around the bubble. So that'd be like when there's 4 or 5 people left. You got to really like do a lot more semi-bluffs, things like that. So the beginning's a little bit boring, but we can still like kind of talk as we work our way towards the interesting stuff here. Early position, I don't like playing a lot of hands early position. People tend to just call me down. I can't really bluff or do anything too crazy, you know, on the flop. They'll just call it like any bluff usually. And really these pots are too small early to make it worthwhile as far as like doing fancy moves, you know. By fancy moves, I mean like bluffs. There's not enough reward usually early on in these tournaments. So yeah, like I said, I've been doing pretty good on these so far. Want to move up, you know, to like the $5 next. I'll probably do that when I'm like at around 300. I've been trying to practice pretty good bankroll management, even though, like I said, I'm a bit underrolled on these. But if I lose one, you know, it doesn't really affect me. Like, that's the great thing about bankroll management is, oh, when you start losing, as long as it's a really low percentage of your overall bankroll, like, doesn't really tilt you. And I mean, if you're playing like, with 10% of your bankroll and you lose it, like usually that'll affect you and it'll start tilting you and just bad things happen. So I'm probably going to fold here. I wish I could use a HUD on here, but Bovada, they don't actually save your hand histories locally to your hard drive, so you can't use things like Poker Tracker or Hold'em Manager. And I actually don't like HUDs that much. I'm not really going to start ranting about them. Obviously, they have their benefits, but also I think that they can be really distracting, and like you just rely on the numbers that the HUD gives you can actually sometimes be a disadvantage, and you'll play it wrong just because of the HUD stats. So it's just not really the type of player I am. I'd rather play without the HUD. Gonna keep folding early. I just don't want to lose like a good part of my stack here early on, because that usually just tilts me the rest of the sit and go. So I play safe, and then I make moves when I feel like it. I know that ace-queen hand maybe I could have stolen that on the flop. But I just didn't feel like risking it, Because, I mean, if he would have called me, if I would have bet like 100, so 2/3 the pot, then I would have had to have made another move on the turn. Otherwise, he probably would have picked up on the bluff. Then I would have had to bet on the river and maybe even shoved on the river, and he could have been slow playing. So just let it go. It's ace queen, but if you miss on the flop, I mean, it's dangerous. This is my first video, by the way, so I mean, as I do this more, I'll get better at it. I'm kind of bad at it right now, I know. Ace, so I mean, he had a nice hand. I didn't really see the action there pre-flop. I was kind of talking, but he probably played that bad. Like, I don't think he raised big pre-flop, which is what you should be doing. Hopefully, like 3-4 times the big blind. So I don't know if he bet 60 there or 80. I mean, he should have at least done that. I don't know if he did, or if he just like if he just called the big blind, so 20. That would have been terrible with aces. You don't really want to slow play with aces usually, or any big hand. It depends though. I mean, if you've been playing at the table for a while and people start getting a read on you, and you start playing really predictably, that's not good, obviously. So slow playing can pay off sometimes, especially against aggressive opponents. I need to be paying more attention to these other players here instead of talking so much, but like I said, I want to help people, so kind of just speaking out loud my whole thought process here. 5, so I really want to get in and see a cheap flop on here and hopefully hit trips. I don't want to overpay to see a flop, so I'll just straight up call, get in cheap. Got doubled, so that's cheap enough where I can call. And I actually like that he kept it so low on his raise. That was really bad to min raise like that, because it doesn't really get me out of the hand. Let's see how this goes here. I mean, we got 3 other people. I got 5s. I'm guessing someone has a king. Someone always has a king, it seems. I know that's bad, like, to think, but so he bet half the pot. I might be good here. I mean, that's totally possible, but I don't think I am. And when I don't think I'm good, I usually just fold, especially early. The pot wasn't really big enough to be like taking a stab at it. And I think he's got a king. Probably, I don't know, king queen, king jack, something like that. He did raise pre-flop, even though it was a min raise, and that's usually the sign of a bad player. It's a sign that he probably has a king. Yeah, 440. Ooh, one of these guys has a king, and we don't get to find out. But from the river, I could tell no one had a flush there. Fold. I just like to play safe early on. I'll be making a lot more moves around the bubble. Hopefully I can double up, because then I can really play the type of game I like to play, which is like super safe. Would have hit 2 pair there, I mean, but I'm not playing 5-4 early on. I don't like paying to see flops like early on, because that just eats away at you. Even though sometimes you hit 2 pair like that, which is nice. But I wasn't in it. Queen 10 off, early position, fold. Fold. So far it's been pretty boring, I know, but that's poker. I mean, it usually starts off pretty slow. Another thing about Bovada, there's no player names, which I don't really know how I feel about that. I don't know why they do that. I guess that has to do with like using HUDs. Even though you can't use HUDs on here, technically you can convert, you can download hand histories by requesting them from Bovada, which is weird. Like a lot of poker software will just record it to your hard drive. Ace 8 early position, fold. But with Bovada, you have to request it to be downloaded, and then there's like software that'll convert it to like full tilt or party poker, you know, some of the bigger poker rooms. It'll convert it to their hand history format, and then you can use Poker Tracker. Not for like the heads up, but just for like the hand tracking, like check your graphs and see your upswings and downswings and analyze your play, which is kind of nice. 75, I mean, I did hit a piece of that, but it's like super marginal, and like I'm just gonna check. I know I'm being super passive right now, but I just don't take like being too risky early on, because see, there he goes, he shoves. I mean, what do you do with that? Obviously you fold. He probably had an overpair of some sort, some pocket pair. And I'm gonna fold these two probably. Maybe when I get on the button I can actually play a hand. But I've only lost 175, I mean, that was because of the ace-queen hand where I missed on the flop, but I wanted to see it. Otherwise I'd be at like 1,400 right now, which is like better than like 1,000 or like this guy. 845. That's because he's been like super aggressive early, and you just don't want to be in that position early. Short stacked like that. Okay. It's just So 100 is the pot. 3 people in it, so, well, 2, because this guy he'll probably just check. I'm gonna fold. Sorry if I like over explain things, by the way. I should have stayed in that pot. That's okay. I mean, I was in late position and I flopped top pair, and that would have been good here. But if I would have bet, like, obviously this guy bet 30 here, number 6, and then 2 called. So if I would have re-raised here to like 100, they probably would have just folded. I mean, so I probably wouldn't have gotten as much action as I wanted here. But I'll admit, I should have flat called here, even with queen 8, just because I was in position. It's really good to be playing aggressive, obviously, I know that. That's just, with these sit and goes, from what I've read and my own experience, it's good to be super nitty early and make more moves around the bubble, or just wait until big premium hands. I mean, like ace king, ace ace, king king, queen queen, ace queen, you know, depending on your position, you want to be playing like ace queen. Well, pretty straightforward, I guess. As in, like, raising 3 times the big blind pre-flop with ace queen, even if you're in early position. I didn't do that, but it was just so early in the tournament, and I didn't want to, like, overcommit early. I hate doing that. And I missed. I mean, if I would have, actually, no, I raised 3 times the big blind with ace queen, which is good. And then I missed, and I just let the other guy have it. It was a small pot, so it's just too early to be doing bluffs. Like, when I make this video, I'm trying to show people, like, a winning strategy. And like I said, from my experience with these so far, which I've been winning almost every single one, or getting in the top 3 and tripling up. So the way I've been playing, like right now, is pretty much the way I've been playing in all of these, and it's worked really well. Like, I've been able to play my big hands, like, pretty good, and been doubling up on them, and then I kind of just am really relaxed, and I play good poker. So that's kind of the position I'm trying to get myself in, and I'm going to wait for the right hand to do it. A lot of the bad players are really aggressive early, and they'll be aggressive with hands like Jack 10, you see? And like, I'm just not like that early. I really have been just like talking a little too much too, like, that's what you want to do in a video though, but I should be paying more attention to like what how these other guys are playing. So I'm gonna raise here, king queen. I mean, I haven't been making enough moves. I don't want to be like super duper nit and play like no hands. So I'll raise 3 times the big blind and see how that flop treats me. If I get re-raised here, depending on how much I get re-raised, I'll probably fold. Because I don't want to deal with like ace-king. So I'm gonna do a bluff here. I'm gonna do half the pot, like quick. That shows confidence and like, oh yeah, I have an ace, but I don't. So that's a bluff. That's the type of bluff you want to make, like on a board like that, especially when you're. Oh, I wasn't in position. Sorry, but okay, 10-10. I'm just gonna flat call and try to hit trips. Hopefully we'll get like another caller or two here. It's more action. And then I'll probably slow play them. If I hit them. Well, I could probably take a stab at this, but someone... this is kind of tough. I'm just going to check. Play it safe. 67. It's a pretty weak bet, but he made that bet with 3 other people in the pot, and he had seen that we'd all checked. So I mean, this could be a bluff, and I could call him. He could have a flush draw. He could have a straight draw. I really want to call him and see how he plays it on the turn, but I have to act first, and I'll probably end up checking again. I'm just gonna fold it. I know, it's passive. Finally, the blinds go up again. So once it gets to like 50, 100, that's usually where I kind of like start making more moves. Usually in late position, you know. No one's busted out yet. Usually by this blind level, at least one person's busted out. So we got some pretty nitty players here too, I guess. No one's really made like super big plays yet. When you have 9 people too, you really want to be nitty. Like that's another reason I'm not so aggressive early in these tournaments for a couple of reasons. Number one, you got 9 people at your table. So obviously that's going to be way different than when you got like 7 or 6 or 5, you know. With 9 players, you want to have a tighter hand range. And for me, that means like basically only premium hands. Once you get to like 6 players, you can be a bit more aggressive and kind of loosen up your hand range like significantly. I hope these like tips that I'm giving are helpful to at least someone. You know, these are usually the way I think when I play these, the types of thoughts that I have. It's worked out pretty well. I'd consider myself a pretty good player. I mean, I've been playing poker probably 10 years. I stopped for like 2 years until recently. Once they shut down Full Tilt and Absolute Poker and what was the other one? Party Poker, I think. I stopped playing for like 2 years, and I kind of just like learned other skills besides playing poker. And I just got back into it because I did some research and I found out Bovada takes US players, so yeah, I'm glad I didn't play that hand. I would have hit top pair and it would have been hard to get away from, kind of, but anyways, I got distracted. So yeah, I stopped playing for like 2 years and I got back into it and been having a lot of fun. And I really want to get better again, so I thought that maybe if I record myself, I can like rewatch my videos later and find leaks in my play, and that's always good. That's how you get better. I really want to record like every game I play, and I think like as I keep going, I'll get better, and I'll get better tips, and that's my plan. So I'm not playing this hand. We'll see what I get on the button. Hopefully aces. As you can see, I haven't really been playing many hands. I mean, in my opinion, with 9 people, at this stage of the sit and go, that's the correct way to play. I'm thinking long term here. I'm not trying to get into like a bunch of early scuffles. We got this guy here with 350, this guy with 930, player 8 with 830. So I mean, these guys have been really aggressive, and that's probably why they're kind of like getting low on chips here. And that guy's gone. So he busted out with 6-4. Good for him. 8 players. I really want to make... well, if I wanted to bet here, I'd bet 150, 3 times the big blind. Everyone's folding, so... I'll just call. Flat call. Let's see what the flop gives me. I don't want to put too much on the line. See how he plays it. I bet 100 here. Try to steal it. Okay, he called. Okay, so I have an open-ended straight, and I can represent like a flush here. Let's see if he just throws it away. Good. So I mean, that was a bluff, basically. I do make moves like that sometimes, just to like not be a super nit, because that's not good. You want to be making moves sometimes, and if you're gonna do it on the button. Late position, Jack 10. I'm gonna call. Just see how these flops go. I want to see him cheap with a hand like Jack 10. So middle pair here, but with 3 people. I mean, that's one of the benefits of raising. Obviously, you like get at least like 2 of these people out pre-flop, and I could have played this hand a lot better probably. But this guy just straight up shoves, so he has a king, probably ace king, king queen. So I'm way behind there. He doesn't even have to show his hand. I know he had a king. It's just so obvious. He's a bad player. He should have bet like 2/3 the pot, half the pot. Just straight up shoving like that is not good. Unless he had like ace king or trips. Then he could have caught someone with a king with 4 people in the hand. Well, 3 besides him. So he might have had trips there. It's possible. Anything's possible. But I think he had just a straight up king, because I don't think he's a very good player, and bad players usually go crazy for top pair. In my opinion, his shove there was pretty bad. I think he was first to act, and he probably could have got paid off maybe if he just would have been smarter with his bet sizing there. I mean, straight up shoving like that, most people are just going to fold, and you're not going to get paid off, even if you're way ahead. Early position, queen, king. I really don't like raising early position with queen, king. I'm just gonna call. Good, a lot of people folded. I like that. So he'll check probably. I might be able to steal this if he checks. I don't even want to deal with this hand. I mean, his bet was super weak there. I maybe could have, like, done some stuff, but... Jack Queen, offsuit. This guy shoves all in. I'm getting out of this one. Because I don't want to see, like, ace queen or ace jack. I hope I'm not being, like, all boring, too. I want to make, like, an entertaining, informative video, so... without blabbering too much. And just kind of, like, talking out of my ass. It's never good. So far, it's been all standard. I guess this sit and go has been a little bit boring from my perspective so far. I mean, I haven't played many hands. I've done like really small bluffs. And now we're at 50, 100, so this is where usually things pick up. I probably am going to do like 2.5, maybe 3 times the big blind here, because I'm in position. I'll do 250. See how it goes on the flop. Okay, so I mean, this is a really bad board. Like, I could do some bluffing here. I'll do 500. Do a quick one, like represent something. Oh god. So he shoves me, and he caught me. I probably should have done that bluff, but I mean, he checked on like a terrible board. He's representing like a big hand. Like he was waiting for me to bet, and he might have caught me. So I'm going to be in a bad spot here. I'm going to fold. I don't feel like ending it that quick. I mean, the pot was 900. That would have been a nice little steal. I really needed that too. That was a good shove by him. I'll give him credit. I'm going to be playing really aggressive right now because I kind of have to. I'm going to shove with even ace-5 because I have to start stealing blinds now. I only have 7 big blinds. I'm not going to play 4-6 though. I put myself in like a terrible position trying to steal that 900 pot. I mean, usually I actually probably wouldn't have even done that. I probably just would have like folded on the, well, or checked on the flop, I mean. But you gotta be aggressive sometimes. I'm probably going to shove on the button or even on the big blind with any two cards. Or actually, no. On the big blind, I'll probably like call unless someone raises pre-flop. And I might shove them even if they raise pre-flop. And just like try to steal their pre-flop raise. Okay. This is like the first sit and go in a while that I've been in this position where I'm like short stack like this. So let's see if I can get out of this. Like, I'm gonna try my best to do this right and not like just donk it away like stupidly, and see if I can come back, because that would make for a good video. But I'm gonna have to get lucky at least twice. So, bad hand. But we'll see what happens here. I might shove. Yeah, I'm gonna shove. Oh god, he called. That's really good for me. That's what I needed. I mean, that was like luck. That was pure luck. Obviously, he was ahead of me because he's king. That was pretty awesome, though. I thought he was just gonna fold pre-flop, and I was gonna get my big blind back plus his call of the big blind. So that was kind of just like a steal to get me back to like 1,000. But he called. And his hand wasn't that great to be calling that either. I mean, that was kind of a bad call by him. He should have put me on a bigger hand. I was trying to represent a bigger hand, obviously. But whatever, it worked out for me. A7. Let's see if I had ace on the flop. I feel like I might. Nope. So I'm just going to check and fold. I like to take a drink sometimes while I'm playing. It kind of like loosens me up. Oh, this guy says wow at my shove with 2-5. Just getting a little conversation with 2 right now. He says, wow, you know. He's blown away. I know I got lucky. Sometimes that happens. I mean, I already explained my thought process there, and even he agreed with me to a degree. What happened to that guy that shoved me when I bet 500? Is he gone? I think he was over here. Oh, we got something going on. Ace queen, so he's gone. And he hit 2 pair on the river. That sucks for him. I might have tilted him a bit there, but I mean, he had top pair with a weak kicker. So we got 6 left. This is going to get real interesting. If you stuck around this long, past the boring beginning, hopefully I play this right. I don't want to start like playing wrong because I'm making a video. I want to kind of play the way I usually do, which is usually nitty. But I will like take stabs at it when I feel it's right. It's all about feel. This is not a hand that I feel, King 5. But we'll see the action here. If someone raises, I'm out of it. I'm out. He can have it. I want to wait for a good hand. Hopefully double up off one of these big stacks. They're gonna usually be a lot more prone to calling than the shorter ones. 10-9 suited. I might be able to steal this, but this guy's such a deep stack, he can call like pretty much any bet I make. Let's see what he does. He'll probably bet here, and then I'll fold. It's not good. I wish I would have got a piece of that flop. I would have... Yeah, he had top pair, so that's good. I really need another good hand right now. Or to just like make good steals. One of them's sitting out, so I'll raise to 300 and see if the other guy folds. Okay, I got a piece of it, so I'm going to shove all in. I know that was like putting my whole sit and go life on the line there, but you gotta make steals at this point. Especially when you're really like, I was at like 1100 there, and that's like getting really dangerous. So I'm gonna fold. He leads out with 500, and he's got a good hand. He's trying to get a caller and double up. So a lot of us are at the same level here. Like, I'm actually in third right now, technically, even though it's like super marginal. And that's where you want to be. I mean, it'd be better to be chip leader or second chip leader, but third is technically in the money if I can just stay in third. I want to double up though, obviously. If I double up, I'll probably get in the money here. The top 3. So let's see what happens here. Will he raise and attack my blinds? 10-5. Okay, I can bet this flop. And he'll probably fold. Or he'll shove all in. Nope, okay, good. Fives. I don't really want to deal with this. I mean, this is risky. I'm just going to let him go. Like fives, I'd want to be playing like early in the tournament. I'd want to get in and see a cheap flop. I mean, fives technically are better than even ace-king pre-flop. So maybe I should have shoved there and like, he could have folded, but he probably wouldn't have since he was short stacked. I don't know. Maybe I misplayed those fives there. I don't think I did though. So I'm just going to go with it and forget about it. Okay, ace-queen, I have to raise here. I have to raise to 400. 450. 3 times the big blind. Come on, bet, 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 please. I'm gonna do a low, like 400 bet. Just make it seem like a bluff, and hopefully it'll come over the top. Nope. That's alright. I like that hand. I think that 400 was a good bet there. It wasn't too low. It wasn't too high either. It was kind of like a spot where he could have shoved all in, like trying to represent aces, trip aces, even though I had trip aces. He could have seen that as a bluff by me and misplayed, but he was smart that he folded. 375. Let's see what he does. I'm just gonna check it to him. If he bets, I'll probably fold. Yeah, I'm gonna fold. He might have an ace, he might not. I mean, he needs to shove with a lot of hands there. Even if he missed, he probably has to shove with his stack size, so I might have been ahead there. It's possible. I really wish I would have gotten his chips when I had trip aces there. But it doesn't always work out. I still think my bet of 400 was good. I'm just gonna not even deal with this one. I hate Queen 5. Pour myself a drink here, relax a bit. You always want to be playing like calm and relaxed. That's where you play your best, in my opinion. I think that's pretty much like common knowledge, but that's why I like to drink a little bit while I play, because it just like calms me down and relaxes me. And I don't recommend alcohol, obviously. It's bad for you. But for poker, it's a little bit helpful to me, in my opinion. Like, it makes me a little like loose. Not too loose, but like, I don't know. I'm gonna take a drink right now. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting out of that one. I think I've been playing pretty good so far. I mean, the 2-5 hand where I doubled up was pretty good. I mean, I got lucky. Oh, I don't really want to deal with sevens here. I mean, early position, if I raise like anything, someone might shove on me, and with a better hand. I don't like it. I think I'm just gonna fold them. That's probably like a bad play. Sometimes I have like, let's see, he would have probably shoved me no matter what I bet, and I would have like had a really tough decision to make. And I'm kind of glad I got away from that. King Queen, good hand, decent hand. Not when that happens. I mean, he could have ace king, he could have ace queen, he could have crap because he's so like short stacked and the blinds are getting big. I don't want to risk it though, because I don't want to like. I'm in a good place right now. I really wish he wouldn't have shoved like that, and I could have seen a cheap flop, but oh well. I really don't want to like risk it on a flip right now. if I get it in, like most of my stack, like 70%, I really want to be like a... Oh, I should have bet there. Shit, he's sitting out. I could have just stolen his blind. That sucks. Why did I do that? I wasn't paying attention. Damn. That kind of tilts me a bit, but I just gotta not let it tilt me. It's just a blind. I need to start focusing more on these guys, especially since we're getting closer to the end. And really focus on the action and try to get reads on people. And I mean, I've kind of been doing that, but I've been more talking and just like not paying as much attention as I should, which is totally why I didn't re-raise this guy sitting out, because he would have auto-folded and I would have just gotten my small blind back and his big blind, and that would have been really nice, but it was stupid. It's because I wasn't paying attention. I really need to start like stealing more pots too, but a lot of these guys are shoving pre-flop, and I don't want to like get shoved when I'm trying to steal with like a marginal hand. That's why I haven't been making many steal attempts. I really need to double up. If I can double up, I'm like in the best spot possible to get to the money. And I can catch a lot of these guys like being super aggressive right now, trying to steal blinds early because they're so short stacked, if I just wait for a good hand. Ooh, that sucks for aces. Okay, 5 people left. Okay, let's see if he folds. Then I can rate. Oh wait, this guy's back now. Damn, I can't steal his blind then. Come on, give me something good on the button, please. That's not good. Let's... Gotta double up. He'll fold. Oh. I'm glad I didn't get in that. 4 people left. This is where I'm gonna be in a tough position because, okay, good. I can shove here. I almost have to. Oh, good. Alright. That's what I needed. This is going to be really interesting now. Everyone's pretty much at the same level. I'm going to try to avoid conflict as best I can now that I doubled up. So I have a lot more big blinds now. So I can stay in this game for a lot longer and not have as much pressure on me. But I mean, if I get like a big hand pre-flop, that's great. Not that, man. But until then, I'm going to be like avoiding conflict here. Because this guy, player 6, actually he's not too far behind me. Never mind. King, queen. Oh, okay. That's fine. Give me my blind. See, I'm glad I didn't try to steal there, because that just happened. This will be interesting. Okay. Here we go. Well, that's really good for me, because since the top 3 pay out, this guy, number 4, he probably just lost it for himself. That was really stupid by him. Well, I mean, it is what it is. I might win right here. Oh, damn. So he's probably going to double up. Never mind. I really wish 6 would have won right there, because that would have meant that I won. Because these triple ups, they end when there's 3 players left, and they all get 3 times their buy-in, which is pretty good. Okay, so he's going to keep shoving. Damn, he was down to like 262. Now he's back up to 1,000. He'll probably shove. Oh, never mind. Check. No, he'll probably shove on this flop. He can scare out 6 here. But if 6 has an ace or a king... Okay. Ah, damn. I really wish 4 would have busted out. But he's still in it. Good. I want my blind. So I think that he'll probably shove again here, or check and shove on the flop. He'll probably shove right here because he's taking a little bit. Not really shove. He called, so I mean he might call this or shove all in. Or he'll fold. That wasn't very helpful. I actually think he'll ooh, he called, okay. I thought he was going to fold. And he'll shove here. He pretty much has to. Okay, what do we got? 7-7. Okay, good. It's over. Boom. So, I just won that. What do I really have to say about that game? I think I played it really well. Except for kind of digging myself in a hole and having to double up on 2-5. But I think I explained that hand pretty well. Like, I was short stacked, I had like 700, and yeah. What else do I really have to say about that? It was kind of standard. I'm glad I won. It feels good. Um, I'll be making more of these videos, and like I said, I understand this is my first video. I probably did a bad job. Um, but hopefully I explain like my thought process really clearly, and I just hope that this was helpful to someone. I'll get a lot better at this as time goes on. So far I'm pretty bad. Like, I don't feel so good about this video. I think that I'm kind of a bad teacher right now, but I'll get better. And for now, I'm just going to be playing the low stakes 9-man Sit N Gos. Probably the $3 buy-in triple ups. So you buy in for 3, the top 3 get $9. So $6 per win. And I've probably played like 10 of these in the past like 3-4 days, and I've won like every single one, or gotten in the top 3, which is winning. And so I'm actually pretty good at them, I think. So that's the reason I'm really making these videos, is I think I'm good enough at the game to like explain it. If I sucked at it and I was losing, I probably wouldn't be making videos, you know. But since I'm doing pretty good at these $3 triple ups, I thought maybe I'd go through it. Just go through the thought process. It helps me become better. It helps you become better, maybe. Hopefully. Like I said, this isn't just for me. It's for other people too, trying to get better. And I think I gave you like some solid strategy in these Sit N Gos, where you want to be like tight early on. You know, take some stabs like when you feel right about it. And I guess that's pretty much standard ABC poker, isn't it? But the mistake that I see a lot of people making at these 9-man, low stakes Sit N Gos, is they're really aggressive early on, and they're just trying to double up, and they'll put everything in on the first hand, even with like Jack 10. And I think that's really dumb. I think that's gambling and not like playing with skill. And a lot of people do that, and I'm sure that they aren't winners in the long run. But that's what makes some people win, is that they don't do that, and they're smart, and they're more nitty early on, and they loosen up like late game, and they just pick the right spots. I think that's the number one tip that I would give anyone, is like just pick the right spots and make moves when it feels right. And you'll kind of know where that is if you have like a good feel for the game, which kind of comes over time, I guess. Like, just keep playing. If you play like low stakes and you use really good bankroll management, like with Sit N Gos, you want like 50 buy-ins for your level. But I mean, if you have more, that's good. There's nothing wrong with that. You want good bankroll management, because then if you like start losing, then it's such a low percentage of your overall bankroll that doesn't like tilt you, and it doesn't get in your head, and doesn't mess up your game. That's really important. And you can just play a lot of poker if you use good bankroll management, and your likelihood of like losing all your money is super low. So use good bankroll management, pick the right spots. Poker's a really intuitive game. You have to have good intuition to play it, I think. And I can't really like describe that. I wish I could help people with that. But I mean, any good player knows exactly what I'm talking about. It's like you gotta have a feel for the game, but it's hard to describe what exactly that means. I'll try to explain it more in like future videos. and I'll try to make like just general tip videos like about bankroll management and like taking shots at higher stakes and moving up. And basically I want to record almost all my sit and goes and like show you how I play it in certain situations. It's not necessarily right all the time. I'm not saying that like everything I do is 100% correct, but I think I'm a pretty decent player. I don't consider myself like an expert or anything like that, but I'm decent enough and I've been playing long enough where like if you're new to poker, I can probably help you get better or at least like lead you in the right direction a bit, which is what I really want to do. Like, hopefully I'm not wasting my time here, and I really, really want to help people. Like, that's my goal. And I think if I help people, I'll get better too at the same time. So it's kind of like win-win. And I guess I'll probably end this video now because it's over an hour. Leave comments and let me know how I did. I know it's not that good, alright? So, I mean, I'm expecting to get trolled a little bit, but that's okay. I don't really like give a shit. As long as like one person enjoyed this a little bit, just watching me play and kind of like hearing my thought process, then I'm cool. So yeah, leave comments, subscribe if you want, or if you don't want, then don't. But I'm going to be posting quite a few videos because I actually kind of enjoyed this, and since it's my first, I know it's not that great. I've already said that enough times. But I'll get better. This is like literally the first YouTube video I've ever made, so gotta start somewhere. But I'll probably play another one soon, and I'll record it, and I'm sure it'll actually be like way better than this one. So anyways, I guess that's it for now.